What's up, everybody? We are finally in the Philippines. We're in our hotel, which we're going to talk about in a few minutes, but we want to share with you the steps and what happened when we landed in the Philippines flying Asiana. But before we say that, I will say our airplane. There was probably 30 people on the plane, and they did not have enough food.
What?
I don't understand how you can have 30 people and not have enough food.
Well, they have enough food, but they don't have enough choices.
Yes, the choices.
So they'll ask you beef or chicken, but maybe the beginning, like in the beginning, they have choices because then we can hear them beef or chicken. Then by the time they get to us, we don't have any beef.
Yeah.
We don't have any beef.
We don't have nothing. It's only chicken. Now we were only sitting in aisle like 23. So they should have had enough, but that was the second flight from Asiana where they did not have enough food. I don't understand that. I'm sure you guys have your own airplane stories, but I will say the flight stewardess, is that what you call them? The flight attendants, they were extremely nice.
They're nice.
It wasn't anything about the character. It was just the first flight, the food was bad. They didn't have enough food. The second flight, the food was okay. The desserts though were really good. Anyway, so let's just get to this. So we land in Clark, and I'm so glad we didn't land in Manila. We landed in Clark, and the very first thing is they say you got to put these things on.
Oh, these are face shields.
Face shields, and supposed to cover your whole face.
At least Shauna told us.
Yeah, that's what the airlines told us. But when we arrived, they were like, take that thing off. So that's good. And so once you exit the airport, depending on your driver to your hotel, they may want you to put this on, they may not. Our driver did not care. So that's good to know. You need to have these just in case you need it.
Yep.
But 9 times out of 10, like I thought in US, we probably not going to use this, and we didn't use it. So anyway.
But anyway, some people were wearing face shields. All of them are wearing masks though. We didn't videotape because we didn't want to make a scene or anything like that. And that's not our goal here. Our goal is just to give information.
Yeah. We want to let you guys know the process, what you're going to go through, so you don't be surprised when it's your time to book a flight to the Philippines, or for some of you, balikbayan, to come home. So, so we sit down. They
gave us
they separate everyone, right? They did give us a lot of paperwork, but they separated everyone. Like people going to
balikbayan, OFW, and foreign nationals or something.
Foreign nationals is like I saw seafarers,
something like that.
But yeah, so we all get separated, and they give us a bunch of paperwork. And so it's a one-stop shop, at least in Clark. It's a one-stop shop where you have to pay upstairs. You have to do the
you
CRP?
Pay the whole area.
Yeah. Was it QRC? It's a thing you gotta fill out. It's a code you gotta fill out. You scan it with your phone, so make sure your phones are charged.
Yeah. We use our phone during the flight.
Yeah, we didn't even think about that.
Mine was like pretty much dead, and
mine
his
was
is
dead.
like mine was dead really. I didn't use it.
I think I had 5%. 20% left.
That's better than mine.
Yeah, it was enough to get through it.
But you need Wi-Fi to get that QRC code.
And they will let this go. You will need a phone number, a Filipino phone number. If you don't have it, they'll let it go. But you need to get your family member's number. If you don't know it by heart, just have it written down. The process will go a lot faster.
We had to message somebody for us to get a phone number because our Filipino phone numbers have been basically canceled or discontinued because we've been gone so long from the Philippines. stuff.
So we did the QRC. I think it was QRC. It was something like that. We did that. You went in a separate line.
Well, we were trying to buy time. You were doing the QRC for both of us, and then I was to show the proof of our hotel stay. And I was being told there that my husband and I, which, you know, they did explain it, that my husband and I were supposed to separate, like we're supposed to have a separate room.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
And there's actually a couple that were, you know, complaining. Well, not complaining, but really, they were like, why would we have to be separated when we live together?
Yes.
We are married. After this, we're going to be together and stuff like that. There's this old lady. Should I tell her? You can.
Basically, the lady had dizzy spells or vertigo. And so she was like, I can't be without my husband. And so we were very glad we heard that, because my wife, she gets vertigo in the past. And so we were able to use that. And so as you can see, we're in our own room and we're together.
The other couple didn't have, you know, didn't stand a chance.
If she has COVID, then I'm going to get it, because we're always together. So anyway, they haven't gotten that memo here in the Philippines, and so eventually they will, but they haven't gotten it yet. Here's one of the papers they're going to ask you to fill out on the airplane. There's probably 4 sheets of paper.
Yeah, they only took
all
2.
Of them, all of them you got to turn in.
We filled this out, 2 of them.
Yes, I don't want to show that because
not,
that has this on it.
Yeah, but this were not.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't need it. But anyway, just follow.
It's a case investigation form, the 2019 coronavirus disease or COVID-19 form, and then your affidavit of undertaking form. These are what these papers are. We filled them out. Everyone filled them out, and we didn't turn these in. But
they didn't ask for it.
Yeah, the people on the airplane give you all these papers so that you can have everything pre-filled when you come. So yeah, just fill it. All that happens upstairs if you're flying into Clark. If you've flown into Clark before, you know that when you land, you're upstairs and then you have to go downstairs. But when you go downstairs to get your baggage and all that, before you get your baggage, that's when you get the testing. And I don't know about you guys, but it was my first time getting tested. They stick a little plastic
nasal swab.
It looks like a swab. You know the swabs that have the cotton on it, but this one kind of had an angle.
Yeah,
and
it's flexible.
Stick it up your nose.
They said to be relaxed, but I don't know how you could be relaxed.
It's probably
it was 5 inches
this long, 5-6
6
inches long.
I'm telling you, I was teary-eyed. I was like, ow, and they were like, relax, because you're tense. It's not going in. I'm like, I thought it was already in, but they kept going. Yes. I'm like, okay, you're gonna hit my brain or something or my eye.
Yeah.
But
I was like this. I was like, and they were like, calm down. I was like, how? You're sticking that long, hard thing up my nose.
It was a horrible experience. Not that they're wanting to give you a horrible experience, but it's just not comfortable.
And it is what it is. And I send out a prayer for everyone who has to get tested, like in sports. They get tested all the time.
I don't know if that's how they test them all the time, because it's nasal and oral.
Yes,
test.
And
they swab it like
they stick it down your
like
throat.
Your gag reflex.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
They stick it down your throat and up your nose. It goes like if this is my nose, it goes up and then down some.
Yeah.
I'm telling you guys, if you haven't gotten your test before, you're in for something.
Yeah.
And if you have, you already know. If your nose is stuffed before they stick that thing up your nose, at least one side of your nose is going to be clear. So,
I thought I was bleeding. I mean, I'm probably exaggerating, but I'm like, I was all nasally, like having drainage and stuff, because I'm like teary-eyed. And I was like, that is painful, you know?
Yeah. So you're going to have to take that test when you leave the Philippines. So just know, if you're not here to stay, you're going to have to go through that again. So after you go through that, you have to go through where your visa gets stamped.
Oh, yeah.
And so,
What's that?
I don't know, wherever your visa gets stamped, you get the officers and they're there. This is where we found a couple who told us that even though they're married, they've been married for many years, they have to have separate rooms in a hotel. And so here's the horrible thing. You are basically, it's not house arrest, it's room arrest.
Yeah.
You're on room arrest until you get your test results. And so this couple, like many other couples, are in a room by themselves. Now, maybe some couples love that. They're glad that they don't have to be with their spouse, but not me. I want to be with my wife.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
like that other
I
couple,
don't
they
know
wanna be
how
with their
I'm
wife.
gonna feel if I'm not in the same room with you for a couple of nights here.
That would really
We
suck.
can't say, oh, it's enough.
Yeah, you can't leave your room.
Suitcase.
They while we were in Clark and they were giving us our paperwork. And listen, we would show the paperwork, but we had to turn it all in. So just know there's several things that you got to fill out. It's not a lot. You're going to give your passport information, your phone number, your American address if you have a place in America.
Email.
Your female. Your she said email, so it made me say female. Your Filipino address if you live here as well. Your email address. They're going to take a picture of your passport. You're going to feel,
violated.
I don't want to say violated,
So
but
you're just gonna feel vulnerable.
You're going to feel very vulnerable.
Yeah.
And like I even asked, before we went to our hotel, they had to take a picture of our passport. I was like, that's like identity theft. Why do you need a picture of my passport? But they needed it. And so they showed us a whole slew of pictures of people in their passports. And I was like, gosh, this sucks. But we're home. So the bottom line is we're home. We're not quite home. We are in this room.
In a hotel.
So we went to.
We have no keys.
Yeah.
We can open the door.
To get our food.
Yeah, when they knock to bring our food, we can open the door or we can call them for whatever but we don't have any keys. So basically if we get out, one has to open the door for us. But we won't do that because we're not allowed.
Yeah. So what I was saying was when you're filling out your paperwork, there is an officer talking to you on a loudspeaker saying, look, if you leave your room, that you are basically in prison.
Quarantine.
Okay. Quarantine, that's the better word. Then you will be prosecuted.
Yeah.
No ifs, ands, or buts. When they find you,
You're
it's
a
over.
criminal.
It's over.
Well, at least that's what it said. He
So
said.
if you take this quarantine time, and you know your testing is 2 to
But
4 days.
the guy on the intercom was saying up to 7 days or something like that. And
Yeah, that's crazy.
but honestly, my take, I'm a nurse. My take is that what they do in the Philippine airport, it's not necessary.
Yeah, they're dressed up in hazmat suits.
It's not that. That's fine if you're going to protect yourself from other people, right? Because you think that they possibly have COVID. There's really not social distancing.
No.
The mask is the only one that's
Yeah.
protecting, one person to the other. Honestly, if there's anything going on, if one person had a virus or whatever. But the other thing is that I even asked, basically they're frontliners, right? I said, if you are found, you found one of the passengers, right, to be positive with COVID, are you all gonna get tested? Because you all had contacted. Like you had close contact with that person. Like they had close contact with us. Like serious, they had to tell us what to do and like filling out paperwork.
They were not thinking
and so
about
forth.
social distancing.
So
No
I
one
don't,
was.
like, to be honest, they put us more at risk, to me, okay? They put us more at risk to be connected with so many people in the airport than not.
Mm-hmm.
When we could have just, be picked up by a family member or whoever and then go home and quarantine ourselves. Now, mind you, not everybody are compliant to, quarantining themselves at home.
We saw a lot of things with some of you who are coming here. You will see this.
Yeah.
Many, many things that are uncalled for and unnecessary.
But we're not faulting anybody that are working there. They were all very nice.
Everybody
and we were
was
like,
good.
Basically, messing around, joking around and stuff like that and laughing with them because we want them to feel comfortable with us.
Yeah.
And we want to feel comfortable at the same time
We don't want to be mean.
through this, unnecessary process. But honestly, it's unnecessary.
Oh, here's another thing. I got my visa.
So you
And
did you bought a 3
I bought a
month
3
visa.
month, but I wanted a 6
But
month.
they actually stamped him for 2 months.
Yeah.
At the airport, no matter what the visa
Yep.
he bought, which was 3 months.
I don't like the fact that I had to pay $400 in US to get a 3-month visa, only to find out that it's 2 months when you get here. So, and you can't argue. You can't go, well, I paid for 3 months. You can
Yeah.
see. Nope.
Don't argue.
It's 2 months. It is what it is. And so I'm just glad to be home. So anyway, we get to the hotel. Bam! We found out that, guys, if you are coming from US, it's good to exchange into Filipino peso. Because when you get to the airport, it's going to be lower than what it is outside of the airport.
It's not as bad, but it's like 50 cents lower. So if you're exchanging,
It costs 4,500 peso to process all the papers that you have to fill out and then turn in at the airport.
and then we also had to pay our the transfer.
The transfer was
Hotel.
800 peso.
Yeah.
800 pesos lang yan.
Lang yan.
800 pesos lang yan. 800 pesos lang yan. Ba 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 ba. Anyway, we're home. So we're so close. We can feel our house in the distance.
One thing though, we're at this hotel. It's not like high class or anything like that. We were looking at other nicer hotels, but they were fully booked. Remember?
Yes, but we didn't look again.
Yeah, we didn't look again when we rebooked
When
because
we
we already
rebooked for
found
real.
this one, and it was, to me, it's
It's literally 7 to 10
a
minutes away from home.
livable few days.
Yeah, it's all
You
right.
know.
And I will say, this hotel that we're staying at, they provide, and probably all the hotels will do this, but I can't say that for sure. I know this hotel does that.
Breakfast.
They do
lunch.
breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Dinner.
They just bring it to your room because you're quarantined.
Yeah,
You can't leave,
can't
so they
leave.
just bring it up to your room, and it's all a part of the package, right?
Yeah.
All in all, the 20-hour layover was fine because we went to the hotel, getting here and going through the process. We were the last ones getting done because we didn't have phone number for contact here, and so we had to message them and wait for them to respond. But other than that, everyone was getting through. Even if you aren't Filipino and you have to come here, we saw a guy, he was Korean. It was hard for him to speak the language. They
But
still
have
got him through.
translators.
They had translators.
No, but the guy said that there's quite a few Koreans that didn't make it through. Some of them claim to be married to a Filipino, but then they have rigged up paperwork, basically. That's why they had to double check our paperwork that we're married.
This is why we're in a hotel, because of people who are still trying to get over
Yeah.
and do stuff in a corrupt way.
Yeah.
So guys, I'm going to tell you right now, this is not a scam. If it was a scam, we would try to get your information. But since we're not trying to get your information and we are giving you information, you can rest assured this is not a scam.
No,
And
we have no
so,
desire of scamming people.
Yes, we don't care
We
about...
don't want to be scammed.
We want people to get through this process as quickly and easy as possible with all the information so they're not surprised, like many Filipinos were when we found out at the airport that they got turned away.
Yeah.
And so, guys, go to the consulate,
Website.
and I'll put the website again. It'll be right here. And you can find out anything, or you can go back to the first video. And guys, don't be hesitant to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. many people were commenting back to us saying that thank you so much. I didn't know this. I'm so glad you guys were very clear with the information, and now I have everything that I need. So thank you so much, because they're not getting this anywhere else, and so we want to help Americans and fellow Filipinos to get home, U.S. citizens, to go through this processes very accurately and efficiently, and the best and happiest way possible. So anyway, guys, that's it. $12. We want to caution you guys, like, if you didn't pay for your hotel, right, give it a day or two. Give it, or at least give it 1 day before you give your money, because the hotel, they're going to try to get your money the same night. I strongly encourage you guys, don't just give your money, tell them wait, because if you get your test result back, you might get it back in less than 12 hours like we did. You don't have to pay for 2 days or 3 days.
Yes.
You only have to pay for that 1 day.
Yeah,
and so that one night stay. So now that's it. So guys, peace. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and check out the Black Pinoy stuff. We'll be putting more and more videos up. But thank you guys so far for all of your support and your likes and your comments. We're home.
We're really home.